Yo, what is going on, you rusty rawls? Coming at you with a sick Greninja EX build today. Huge shout out to Richard Herman, who piloted this deck to a top cut finish at the Frankfurt Regional Championships. Now, I did make quite a few changes to their original build, but if you want to check out their original build, you can do it by going over to labs.limitlesstcg.com, which is a great resource for keeping up to date with major tournament results and getting access to all of the deck lists literally like the day after the tournament, like the Monday after the tournaments on the weekend. It is only for TPCI events, so you won't find the results from the tournaments happening in Asia, like Japan and China and stuff like that. But any of the events happening in Europe, Latin America, or the US, Canada regions, you'll be able to find the tournaments. So you head over there, labs.limitlesstcg.com. I'll leave a link in the description. And then here you can see the most recent tournaments that went down, the Frankfurt Regional Championships and the Monterrey Regional Championships. Specifically, we're looking for Frankfurt, and we're looking for Richard Herman here with the Greninja deck. So this is his original build. Before we jump over and I take a look at the build that I ended up on, and I talk about the deck a little bit more, got to give a huge shout out to Card Coliseum for sponsoring the channel, of course. If you ever need any Pokemon sealed products or singles, check out the Card Coliseum over at pkmandcoliseum.com. Link, of course, will be in the description, and code AzulGG will get you a discount over there as well. So like I said, I did make quite a few adjustments to the deck. I got a 3-2-3 or 3-2-2 Greninja line in here with the Greninja EX, which is the main attacker in the deck. It's got that Shinobi Blade attack. You may search your deck for a card and put it into your hand for a single water energy. It's 170 damage, which isn't too shabby. But this deck is really all about the Mirage Barrage. And it's possible, and you'd even like prefer games to go that way, where you only attack with Mirage Barrage literally the whole game. Discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. This attack is 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon for a water and 2 colorless energy. So it is 2 attachments away from being able to pull off the attack. And the card that's come out recently that allows this card to thrive and be able to utilize that attack consistently is the Ignition Energy, which provides 3 colorless energy to the Stage 2 Pokemon, or to the Evolution Pokemon it's attached to, and then you discard it at the end of your turn. But we're going to use it to fulfill the Mirage Barrage energy cost, and then discard it as the 2 energy to use Mirage Barrage, which means we can attach water turn 1 onto a Froakie, and then turn 2 Candy Greninja, attach the Ignition Energy, use the Mirage Barrage, discard the Ignition Energy that was going to get discarded anyways, and then we get to keep our water energy on our Greninja, and then we can just attach another Ignition Energy to the Greninja EX and Mirage Barrage again on the following turn. So this build is specifically really, really cool because it plays through the Grand Tree Stadium, which some of you might not be familiar with this one. Maybe this is the most text ever on a Pokemon card. Honestly, this kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card just from how much text is on it. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a Stage 1 Pokemon that evolves from one of their basic Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. If that Pokemon evolved in this way, you may search your deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. But you can't you can't utilize Grand Tree on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn, or on a Pokemon during your first turn of the game, yada, yada, yada. It has to be in play for a turn. It still has that, like, evolve effect. Like, you can't Rare Candy a Pokemon that was immediately put into play this turn. You have to wait a turn. Same thing with Grand Tree, but it can turn a Froakie into a Greninja on, like, our second turn of the game, or a Pidgey into a Pidgeot EX. Same thing like that. And this is specifically very important to go up against Dragapult because of their Badoo, which item locks us and makes it hard for us to evolve into our Pokemon. So we can't fully rely on Rare Candy to get turn 2 Pidgeot, turn 2 Greninja, stuff like that. So we have to rely on stuff like the Grand Tree, or playing the game a little bit slower and using that TM evolution to build up into our Stage 1s and then our Stage 2s. So 3-2-2 Greninja line. Most games we only use 2 Greninjas, and some games you only use 1, depending on how things play out and how quickly we're able to, like, slow down our opponent. Because, like, sometimes we go first and we, like, turn 2 Mirage Barrage and, like, knock out both their ults in play, and they basically never recover from there, and we just get a massive prize lead, and the game is basically over from turn 2. But on top of that, we got some more firepower in here with the Dusknoir, which also combos super, super well with the Grand Tree, of course. Got a 2-1-1 Dusknoir line in here to, you know, help with our prize card mitigation a little bit. I went down to a 1-1-1. Richard did play a 2-1-2. That felt a little bit overkill to me, so I scaled it back a little bit to a 2-1-1. And then for the Pidgeot line, I went with a 2-2-2 Pidgeot line. Pidgeot is so important for not just this deck, but basically any deck that plays Pidgeot in it, except for stuff like Terra Box, where it's like a 101 Pidgeot line with like a 1 of Rare Candy. That deck is a little bit less reliant on Pidgeot. It's nice when you can set it up, it's cool, but it's not like necessary. Decks like this, where we're committing to a lot of Rare Candies and at least a 2-1-2 Pidgeot line, we want to try and get out the Pidgeot as consistently as possible. So I went with the 2 Pidgeotto, In the end, Richard did play a 2-1-2 line just because I want to be able to play through the Grand Tree as much as possible to get the Pidgeot online, or I just want to be able to get the Pidgeot online as consistently as possible because it's such a big part of setting up the rest of the deck, basically. Pidgeot comes first most of the time. Even if we have like the option of turn 2 Candy Greninja or turn 2 Candy Pidgeot, usually we'll lean into the Pidgeot first and kind of go from there. Richard did play a Badoo. I didn't find myself using the Badoo very often, and I ended up going with a Cleffa instead. Richard also said that you want to choose first with this deck, and I was choosing first initially, but the more I played with the deck and tried going second instead blind, I did kind of start to like that a little bit more, and the Cleffa synergizes super well with that as well. So I've been choosing second with the deck, but I want to make sure y'all have the full information. Richard said choose first, and with the build he ended up playing at the tournament specifically, maybe that would be a little bit better, but for how I've adjusted the build from there, I've definitely felt like I've enjoyed second a little bit more. Fezandipiti, of course, because Fezandipiti, we got 4 Arven, 2 Boss, and then the supporter lineup is kind of cool. 2 Iono, which isn't anything crazy. Then we have 2 Colress Tenacities. This specifically synergizes super well with finding Grand Tree, but they can also find us Ignition Energy. And then Hilda in here as well, kind of similar. Finds the Ignition Energy, but they can find one of our evolutions, one of our powerful Stage 2 evolutions, or help us set up into them a little bit more consistently. And this synergizes super well actually with the Pidgeot. Be able to go quick search for a Colress Tenacity, and then Colress Tenacity becoming Grand Tree and our energy for turn, or the Hilda becoming our attacker and our energy for turn. It's just a super powerful combination to pull off on the quick search. 2 Iono, like I mentioned, we're like a somewhat of a comeback deck. Sometimes it feels like we get really far ahead. Sometimes it feels like we make a full like Iono down to 1 or 2, plus use back-to-back Mirage Barrages and like don't draw prize cards, but like take like 6 prize cards in a single turn, something like that. So we can kind of play it both ways. Sometimes it feels like we can be more aggressive, turn 2 Mirage Barrage. Sometimes it feels like we have to slow things down a little bit. Late game Iono. There's only one counter catcher in here, and I think that would be the #1 card I would want to try and find space to include a second of, just so we can make those comebacks when we fall behind in games a little bit easier. But like I said, a lot of times we're actually the aggressor and we're just kind of like board wiping our opponent or getting so far ahead that the idea of counter catcher really never comes around. 4 Poffin, of course, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Rare Candy. I do have a lot of stage 1s in here, so I've cut back on the Rare Candy by 1. 1 Energy Search to help synergize with just Arven finding us energy, and then also combos with Team Evo in the early game, of course. 1 Nest Ball here for another Pokemon search card. Really efficient to go Arven for Nest Ball for the Fezandipiti sometimes, but plus it's just +1 out to our basic Pokemon, which is kind of cool. 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Super Rod for the recovery. Richard was specifically playing 2 of each of these, and a cool combo that I saw him mention was you can do stuff where you have like 2 Duskulls in play, and then you pop a Dusclops, or a Dusknoir, I should say, and then you're able to super rod the whole line back to the deck, or at least the Dusclops and the Dusknoir, and then Grand Tree them back into play, and go for like aggressive back-to-back Dusknoir plays through Grand Tree. And actually, having played quite a few games with the deck now, I was actually surprised how often Grand Tree sticks in play, which sometimes can be pretty valuable for our opponent, of course, but ideally when we're putting the Grand Tree in play, we're being so aggressive with the Mirage Barrage attack that we don't mind giving it over to our opponent. That's one thing to keep in mind with this as well, for sure, is your opponent can use Grand Tree. So there are some situations where you'd rather not have as powerful of a turn for the trade-off of not giving our opponent Grand Tree. So make sure you keep that in mind when playing this deck. It's really powerful, helps us set up really well, but our opponent can also use it. But I was surprised how often it kind of just like stuck in play for multiple turns. I guess that kind of makes sense. There's not that many stadiums in decks right now. I guess most decks play some stadiums, right? I mean, Guardy plays 2 Artazon, but it's just like they wouldn't find them, and then we get 2 uses of Grand Tree, and I don't know, it just felt pretty good. But I was surprised by how often it actually ended up sticking in play. Air Balloon in here for some mobility. Herman did play a switch in here, which honestly, I kind of don't hate the idea of trying to get back into the deck. I definitely felt a lack of mobility with the deck once I had cut the switch, but I wonder if I would just maybe go with a second Air Balloon instead. The switch can be really cool, though, of course, to help play around stuff like Maractus and the Sob, Water Pawn. A Turo could be added to the deck for a similar reason, to help play around those things, plus give us a little bit more flexibility with removing liabilities from play, so that could be something to consider as well. For the tool cards, I mentioned the Team Evo. We also have an EXP share in here, and this was recommended to me by a Bolly in my chat, because he had played some games with the deck, and he was like, one of his first inclusions was an EXP share, and I was like, oh, I kind of like the idea of that. And after playing a couple games, I actually love the EXP share. It's a super big deal for when we initially set up our first Greninja and we go in with the Shinobi Blade, which is fine. We put some damage in play, we start to be a little bit aggressive. We can't quite get to the Mirage Barrage yet, but once our opponent KOs that Greninja, it's nice to have the EXP share on the Greninja on the bench, or a Froakie or a Frogadier, to then follow up with a Mirage Barrage. Or if we do pull off a Mirage Barrage like turn 2, but then our opponent responds and KOs our Greninja, if we have that EXP share on our bench Frogadier or Froakie or Greninja, same thing, we can follow up with another Mirage Barrage. So the EXP share has been extremely good. I was actually blown away by how powerful it was. but for like from the first game that I put the card in the deck. We got a couple other tool cards here. Got the Artazon, which helps synergize with the Colress Tenacity to help us find us early Pokemon in the early game. So it's like another card to just have in here to synergize with the Colress Tenacity specifically. There's also a Jamming Tower in here as well. And the Jamming Tower is really, really cool, specifically up against Golden Go. We kind of can try and do the same thing that Dragapult does up against Golden Go, where they put Jamming Tower in play, Counter Catcher up the Genesect EX, and then Iono low, and then snipe around it, kind of the same way Dragapult does. I could see potentially running a Tool Scrapper instead of the Jamming Tower, because it does shut off our own EXP share, so that could be a little bit annoying. And then also, they can, like, Golden Go decks right now are built pretty heavily about playing around Jamming Tower, and they're not as built. They're kind of naturally built to deal with Tool Scrapper though, so I don't know how much better Tool Scrapper would potentially be, to be honest, because they still play like 3 Air Balloons. Most lists play 3 Air Balloons. Some people play 2, but most are on 3. So even if they commit an initial Air Balloon to a Genesect EX, I guess like some, right now it does feel like Golden Go players, I guess, like overextend their Air Balloons a bit. They kind of like throw a lot of them in play. They try and save one most of the time though, so I don't even know how effective Tool Scrapper would be versus the Jamming Tower, but I think you definitely want to play one of them to have that potential play available to you. The question is just which one is best, and I'm not actually 100% sure. I don't like the idea of Jamming Tower messing with my EXP share, but if you Tool Scrapper the Air Balloon off of their benched Genesect and then bring it to the active, they're almost always going to have an extra Air Balloon just sitting in their deck to play around scenarios like that. So that means Arven becomes an out to move the active instead of specifically a Stadium card, and those Stadium cards can't be found off Arven, obviously. So it gives them a couple more outs to be able to move the Genesect potentially. So one or the other for sure. I'm just not 100% set on which one is best. And then for the energy count, it does seem pretty low, but honestly it felt pretty smooth because you have stuff like Colress Tenacity and Hilda. These both search for an energy card when they get used to combo with just kind of setting up and keeping the deck flowing. Only 4 basic water and then only 3 ignition energy. I know it might seem a little silly to only play 3 ignition energy, but you honestly only ever need like 2 of them. Usually you only Mirage Barrage twice, plus maybe a Dusknoir gets involved, and then maybe you like Shinobi Bladed early or Shinobi Blade late game. But yeah, you really don't need 4. Naturally drawing into it, of course, can be nice, but like I said, we have so many outs to our energy constantly. The Hildas, the Tenacities, the Quick Search, naturally drawing into it still, even though there's not 4 and there's only 3. That, yeah, honestly, I was a little bit surprised. That's one thing I looked at. I was like, only 3? Really? That seems a little bit off. But yeah, you don't really, doesn't feel like you need a 4th for sure. And yeah, 4 basic water feels like more than enough as well. And that's it. That's the Greninja EX deck. Let's jump into some action, and I'll show y'all how it runs. I guess we can like turn 1, but we have Grand Tree in the hand, which is kind of broken, to be honest. So we can like turn 1. We could turn 1 Badoo them here. We'll see what they're playing. What are they playing? I don't know. Go first every time? All right. Even against Polt? Well, blind first, but even against Polt? We know we're going up against Polt. First would have been pretty good here, that's for sure. Okay, so we're up against Raging Bolt. I believe, anyways. I kind of want to replace Area 0 right now, but that's probably not correct. I must just play and see what's prize, I guess. They do have an owl in hand, right? Yeah, okay. So Air Balloon's prized. Okay, so I can't Badoo them if I wanted to, even if I wanted to. Alright, we can just do this. So this is just for our Buddy Poffin. Fine. I want Pidgey. Probably Duskull, right? Like this. Chilling, and then we just pass. Candy. Oh, I should check for the stage 1. I should check the prize cards. Every matchup, then Pidgeot into Colress, Grand Tree, Greninja attack. Alright, makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, I was thinking Colress for my water energy next turn. Oh, I could have called for a family there. No, it's probably not even worth it. Oh, what the heck? I did not think they were playing Terra Box. I just assumed it was Radio Bolt. Well, my birds are cooked. But I actually don't think we're in a terrible situation as long as Froakie's not prized. Also, maybe they'll misplay. Careful, Lily's cooks you. Oh yeah, Lily's Clefairy literally just one hit KOs us. Oh my gosh. Alright. It was kind of a cracked top deck. It's okay. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I could set up Dusknoir as well. Although I don't know if that really leads to anything. That doesn't really matter, right? I'm just gonna evolve two Greninjas out here or something like that. I could have popped the Nor so I couldn't get Clefairy next turn, I guess. That could have been a play. That'd have been interesting. I could have gone like Grand Tree for Dusknoir, Dusknoir KO Hoot Hoot. And then leave myself with just Greninja and a Froakie. Oh, sure, yeah. Why not? I don't even know what to grab here to be. I'm just gonna go for Iono. I kind of want water. And well, I have Colress, so if I don't get KO'd, then we can just Colress, sure. Or I'm just probably gonna attach the Ignition, sure. Just go for Iono. Seems fun. We just don't. If we don't get Clefairy knocked out here, we're chilling. If they don't get Clefairy KO. So I mentioned earlier in chat, I honestly kind of like the idea of what did they mention? Oh, an EXP share. Chain the Greninjas. I think they'll go after my Greninja here. Never lucky. Okay, so
This deck plays so much recovery. I was thinking I could just boss KO the Fez. Because they didn't Noctowl last turn. If they had Clefairy in deck and the energy, they could have KO'd me with Clefairy if they just had Noctowl. So that means maybe most of their draw power is coming from Fez. What if I went like, what does this do again? What if we just drew 3 prize cards this turn? I was thinking about just bossing and punching it, but do you ever KO both Hoots? I don't think so, just based on how they played their last turn. Based on how they played the last turn, I think I just KO the Fez. The Fez seems higher value here for sure. If they had a Noctowl, they could have Clefaired me, and they just didn't, so. So I think I like this a little bit more for sure. Oh, you're going after the Ogerpon? No. Okay, they might have Clefairy here anyways. And I would imagine if they had the play last turn, they would have done it, so. Wait, it is Raging Bolt. They are playing Raging Bolt. It's just Raging Bolt with a Water Pawn and a Crystal. I was right. It was Raging Bolt the whole time. Okay, this is gonna be tough. No, it's winnable. You have game in hand, so it's all chill. Well, no, they're knocking out my active here, though. I don't have game in hand. We have to just like Iono and punch here. And then, yeah, we can win in 2 turns, though. But it should be fine. We'll see. HP sure would go crazy. It would, yeah. Alright, this has got to be a free matchup, right? Honestly, if I lose this game, just remind me to retire. They cannot deal with this guy. Oh, they could actually. They could. I guess if they're playing Golden Go, they can deal with us. In my head, it was Joltik Box. I guess even Joltik Box plays Clefairy, though. So, yikes. This deck top cut? It did, yeah. Does this deck even need Dusknoir? When was the last time a deck won this many events in a row? Maybe Broken Lugia was the last time. Trolley build, bro? Are you kidding me? Why are IRL coin flips dice rolls and not flips? Because flipping a coin is cringe and tedious, where rolling a die is sick and alpha and really cool. The way you already cooked that, Azul? I played like 10 games and used the Dusk line like once. Yeah, it's like that just doesn't seem good. I was just like, I was just sitting here after playing the first. Like, how do we have time to ever get it online? Like, how do we ever get it online? I just don't, like, how do we ever get it online aggressively enough to actually get value out of it? It's like, it's good for like late game, maybe like building up for like big late game combos. I could see that. But we got to get to the late game to actually use it. Candy something. I mean, it's got to be candy, right? Air Balloon or Hard to Treat is the question now. They mischarged? Yeah, that's pretty cringe, I'm not gonna lie. What are they doing over there? Bro, what are you doing, bro? How did you mischarge? That's all your deck does is charge. Yeah, I might as well save the energy here. You had one job! I said just don't put this in play. They can't get value out of this thing anyway, so we're just chilling. In my head, I was like, I'm always playing the Jamming Tower here, but I'm not always playing the Jamming Tower here, so. I feel like Call for Family never comes up. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the Call for Family, to be honest. I like the idea of Call for Family for sure. Am I just getting Buddy Poffin here? It feels like just getting Buddy Poffin is the play. Actually, I mean, I need squad. I'm kind of squadless right now. Squadless behavior. I'll find the balloon to get another Joltik though, so maybe jamming here was okay. Ooh, true. That is a good point, actually. At first I was like, yeah, there's no way to get value out of the thing, so I shouldn't play it. But you're right. It would stop them being able to pivot into a follow-up Joltik. Good point. Good point. Very fair, very fair. Possible some errors have been made. Game for balloon draws too. True. It also takes away +1, yeah. +1 draw. I feel like going to another Joltik is not a good play for them to make anyways, so target for hands. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't feel good. Yeah, for sure. There's no way they actually drew 7 there though, right? I'm actually going to be a little peeved if they actually drew 7 here. That would be pretty annoying, man. I don't know. This is a situation where I definitely want to try and establish a Dusknoir line, but I mean, next round I feel like I have to. Oh, never mind. That on me. I was saying I feel like I have to Buddy Pop him for Pidgey Froakie, right? So. Ooh, now we got a snipe attack and the EXP share. I have 5 prize cards left. I probably still just Shinobi Blade here. Oh, ooh! Now they put the Fez in play. Hold up. Hey, what the heck? They can just draw with that? Okay, we have some plays here. Hold up. How are we gonna do this? I think I just Punchy Active for 170. I think I just Punchy Active for 170 here. Or do I Mirage Barrage? No, I don't think I do. I just want to get another Buddy Poffin here. I don't even know what else I'd get. Like, that seems fine. Just go Buddy Poffin, double Buddy Poffin. I don't need a Duskull this turn, though, so I could just go Buddy Poffin for Froakie Pidgey. But then I'll need another Froakie. I'm gonna have to, like, triple Greninja this game or something. Or I might have to. I might just get all my buddies. Hello, buddies. I'm just gonna get all my buddies. Oh no, I prized my Froakie. Oh no. That kind of sucks. I guess I could just go double Duskull then, though, I guess. Or I could get Budu involved. No. Let's go double Dusk. So I could Mirage Barrage, but I kind of want to go search out my Stadium here. Or I could, yeah, I think I just do this. Shinobi Blade, and I go get Stadium here.
I love this game, but the meta shit sucks ass. Monkey Dory, Dragapult, Raging Bolt, or Golden Go every fucking game. I mean, I think this is something I've been recommending to people. Like, catch a KO Fez and the Dango next turn. We could. Do we want to draw prize cards that quickly though? I would just take a break. I think just taking a break from the game is like the answer. Like if you're just not enjoying the metagame or the format or whatever it might be, and you can't find a way to make the game more interesting for you, then it's taking a break. Like if you come back 2 sets from now, you know, 3 months, whatever, things will be different theoretically. You might have to wait till rotation. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I think just taking a break is the route for sure. Assuming they KO you, I don't know if they will. That's true. They could also whiff the knockout. They only hit me for 100 damage last turn. I don't know if they can do. I mean, I would hope they could though. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in them. I believe in them. Yeah, we could go for the big KOs. We can go KO Fez, KO Golden Go next turn. I guess I don't want them to like Turo eventually, right? So maybe I should just go for the many prize cards. So do you have a favorite forward of all time? Not really, no. Would you recommend to play Yu-Gi-Oh until rotation if I feel burnt out? Play Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh before. Why is there a lot of Terra Box player again? It's a decent deck. I don't understand the reason. Is it because too much Raging Ball, or is it balance at the moment? The deck's just like kind of a fine play right now. That's basically it. Decks are sometimes fine plays, but just don't become more popular until like enough people catch on, or until it like does well at a tournament. Terra Box, honestly, like even at Worlds, Terra Box was like a fine play. But like if it doesn't do well or not enough people catch on, then it's not gonna be super popular still. They whiffed again? Dude, pack it up. What the fuck? The heck are you doing, man? You gotta lock in, buddy. Could I like won this turn if I had went? No, I don't. No, I couldn't win this turn. I think I might just punch the Golden Go and punch the Genesect or something. Or actually, I'm not sure. Hold up, we'll think about it. I'm just gonna develop frogs here on the bench. Some frog development. I don't have to Mirage Barrage though. Boss hands to take 4. Yeah, I could have. I just didn't feel like that big of a deal too. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I could have though. Yeah. I could just set up for like some weird 6 prize turn as well though. I could go attach active and then go like snipe 120, 120, and then go like Nor 120, 120. Yeah, maybe I do some. I kind of just don't want to draw prize cards. It's kind of how I'm feeling, to be honest. But maybe that's incorrect. Maybe I should just knock out the active. I want access to my counter catcher. I could have also just drawn 4 prize cards there, and that would have been fine. I'm just not gonna draw prize cards. You know, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm gonna punch some stuff. You know, chilling. Figure it out next turn. I'm sure it'll come to. It'll happen. It'll be fine. My client is rigged. I'm not getting Poffins or Nest Balls. First turn, I'm getting bodied. Be careful, they can Scrapper you. There's no way they play Scrapper though, right? So would you recommend playing lots of different decks or focus on getting good at one deck to improve? Probably just getting good at one deck. It kind of comes down to how much time and how much effort you're putting into the game, but one deck is the the best answer for majority of players. You could have won if you did KO active, so you could go boss hands, KO gen in hands. Yeah, sure. Well, I would have to find boss though, but I don't know. This play gives me the most opportunity or possibilities, but this doesn't mean that they could like Turo with their active or something. Which moment made you realize you could be a pro player? I mean, do Pokemon full time is like when I started doing coaching, but how do I stop tying so much? Just gotta play faster. Gotta go fast. Oh, sure, I could still win if they Turo'd, yeah. Yeah, maybe this play was just the best play, to be honest, actually. I also have a lot of time. Oh, they're not even... Oh, that's kind of annoying. Alright, sure. Whatever, buddy. Make it cringe. Yeah, I guess Churro wasn't that good, to be honest. The Bravery Charm is annoying, but we can find Jamming Tower. We're chilling. I mean, we can always just like, yeah, we can just like Shinobi Blade the active and be fine with that as well. We don't have to do anything like crazy this turn. Oh, nice. Yeah. Absolutely farmed. So, I mean, the Dusknoir was pretty good that game, but it was also unnecessary. But it was pretty good. Oh, we got Call for Family though, actually. Our hand is actually lit. I take it back, I take it back. Hand's lit, hand's lit. Oh, I wouldn't hate a second counter catcher in here, actually, to be honest. A second counter catcher could be good. You play a Giovanni's Riz to power up in one turn. True. Giovanni's Rizma. Giovanni's Rizma D's. Honestly, how powerful of a next turn could we have? Things could get kind of gross. I feel, well, they have to Joltik me, right? So I could get like Duskull Froggy, so I can Dusclops KO the Joltik, right? To get around it, because I don't want to have to punch a Joltik for 1,000,000 damage. I want this energy on the Pidgey. Like, is attacking with Pidgeot ever something I care about doing? Not sure. I think I can Grand Tree into it. I actually don't know. Oh, I have boss. I just boss KO whatever they set up. Our hand is just broken. Oh, chill with that peak. Okay, I'm just like not scared of peak because peak can't kill. I just have, dude, I didn't realize I had boss in my hand. My hand is just disgusting. This is sickening, bro. It's sickening how good my hand is. Oh, and they put them all in the iron hands. Oh my gosh, I got some bad news for you, buddy. Your deck sucks compared to mine. All right, hold up. This first. I got the frogs on my side. Actually, I'm gonna go second Pidgey. Got the birds. Got the energy. Do I want to leave this energy on the Pidgey? I kind of do, right? Am I ever attacking with Pidgeot? This bird, man, this bird. Attacking with Pidgeot is so weak in this matchup. Doing 120 damage is also really weak. I'm not I'd rather have the energy in the discard pile in case I top deck Night Stretcher. It's always got to be the move. Wait, this turn was actually just kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. Shinobi Blade. All right, now we... I'd probably grab a Hilda, right? Hilda can get the Ignition Energy plus my next start to build towards my next guy. Like, they just pack it up now, right? This is over. Yeah, second counter catcher would be pretty sick in here. I think I could... No, I want to keep 2 Iono. I kind of want second counter catcher in here. I'm not sure what I'd cut, though. You should give them your Fez to make it fair. True. I'll give them the Fez. I'll give them the Fez. That's fair. That's fair. Is when they whip up the Clefairy Crispin. What if they Clefairy? We cry. Actually, honestly, maybe that was the reason to have Pidgeot set up. All right, let's go. No crying. If I had Pidgeot, because I could like punch the Clefairy with Pidgeot, right? This hand is literally just terrible. I need help. All right, we have 2 top decks. I guess I could go into Badoo here if I really wanted to. It doesn't seem very good though. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I might go into Badoo here because they might whiff the knockout. I get Air Balloon Poffin and get Badoo then. Guess we try bouncing. No, I'm not gonna try bouncing. No bouncing will be tried. What about... I'm trying to think about more we could add to this deck. Well, now I have Candy Pidgeot. So... Oh, no, that still works, though. It still works. I can still Badoo them here. So we can go... Oh, I don't... I have the Air Balloon. I could Hard Retreat. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, I could just... That, you know... Or I could get another Froakie and just bench the other Froakie and attach to the bench Froakie instead. What do they do on their turn? They have a Brox in hand. Let me see what else we have in here. We have the Frogadier. Do I have the Grand Tree? I do. I think I maybe just grab these 2. I think I might just pass, actually. Why'd you grab Ace Feature from Arven? Oh, shoot. Was it in there? I swear there was no tool. Am I trolling? I might be trolling. Although they're not having Evo L. Evo would have been pretty cool here, yeah. Why not no attach? Because if I attach to the active, it could die. If I attach to the bench and I go Candy, Pidgeot, quick search for Stadium, use Stadium, I don't have an energy for that one. I'm pretty sure I saw EXP share. Oh, my bad. I should have grabbed the EXP share, yeah. The attach just isn't great here because if I attach to the active, it could just die to Golden Go. If I attach to the bench, then if I go top deck dead card, get Grand Tree, Great Tree. Oh, but I guess I could get Colress for Grand Tree. Okay, maybe I should have then, actually. I guess I should have attached. Yeah. All right, my bad. The penny, huh? Interesting. Dude, they just have the trolley, man. Penny is curious for sure. Do they also play a Turo or do they just play a Penny? It's an interesting inclusion. For hands? Yeah, you could just like Turo it as well though. And Turo's better because you can pick up Golden Goes in the late game. Or generally is better. It does allow you to access the energy on the hands, but... Let me get a deck. Check on bro. He always has it. But honestly, I think you're spinning there. What's going on over there? Are they cheating? Are they stacking? Are they hacking?
They are cooking over there. Do they have a play? Can they move the Golden Go? Is the Golden Go actually stuck? Bro, there's no way the Golden Go's stuck, right? That can't be it. Bruh. Gunky Morty. My guy right there. Well, I may as well Colress, right? Would have been pretty good if I had the EXP share, I'm not gonna lie. I could go more confident, grab the ignition. But I doubt I'm getting KO'd here. Maybe I am, though. I guess the Super Odds do have synergy with the Grand Tree. That's only if the Grand Tree sticks, of course. If the Grand Tree doesn't stick, then obviously it doesn't. I think I'm just going to go get a Poffin, because I just want more squad. I'm a little squadless right now. We'll figure it out the bigger plays on the following turns. We prize a Froakie again. Gosh darn. Gosh darn, man. All right, well, if this guy dies, I guess we super brought him back and then we're chilling. Did you ever see the Dragon Ball Blaziken deck? I did see it, yeah. No energy because they had Latias before they evoed active. That is true, yeah. Arven to get Poffin? Well, no, I want to get the Greninja out that turn. What is the worst cards you've prized? I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Oh, you're saying Arven for this turn. Sure. Yeah, off Greninja, sure. I could have, yeah, I could have. That would have been terrible, actually. I guess I'm just not sure I want to use Arven next turn for sure, is the thing. But that would have been fair. I could have got Arven instead. Because now I kind of feel like I want to Arven anyways, so yeah. Turo and Penny. That's what I kind of expected, though. I was like, if you play a Penny, you probably play a Turo as well. Like, you probably don't not play Turo. So if you play Penny, you probably... It means it's probably in addition to the Turo. Barrage, and lose? I mean, hopefully, we'll see. We're hoping for. Appreciate the 40 months there. JT2 legit. Save the super rod. XP share and maybe a rare candy. Or maybe just Nest Ball for Fez. Yeah, Fez sounds pretty good here, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. XP share down. I can't get any value out of this even if I wanted to, right? I don't know, something like that seems fine. See. Feeling decent. I'm feeling decent about our situation. For this matchup specifically, the Dusknoir is pretty good, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. The Dusknoir is actually like a pretty good card. I feel like they're gonna KO my Pidgeot here, though. I mean, that's what I feel, because this thing doesn't even KO my active anyways. Like, Pikachu doesn't even KO Greninja EX. I'm coming around on the Dusknoir a little bit. The first couple games I was like felt pretty weak.
And particularly in the Pulp matchup, it probably is pretty weak, to be honest. What's the best way to play Dragapult? Nor or Straight Pult or something different? I don't know, to be honest. They all seem pretty good. Probably, right now, actually, if I give it some thought, probably Nor. I think we gotta have the better Guardy matchup right now. Unless you think you can fix the Guardy matchup with Straight Pult, then you could do that. Whatever Pult build has the better Guardy matchup. That's the best Pult build to play. The Grand Tree value? Yeah, whatever build of Pult you think has the better Guardy matchup. Well, no. I think it's Pult Nor because it has the better Guardy matchup. But if you come up with something that you think makes Straight Pult have a better Guardy matchup than Pult Nor, then that's the better way to play it. Pult Zard then? Alright, my bad. Not Pult Zard. No, it has to be Straight Pult or Pult Nor. Straight Pult with a tech that you think helps you beat Guardy better than Pult Nor, or just Pult Nor is the best way to go. You ever just take the Elegance Guardy and solidify your matchups to the rest of the meta? Not right now, no. At Worlds, I think it was fine to do that. Right now, no. I think you gotta beat Guardy. Sometimes that can be true, but right now I don't think that's true. Are they actually punching our active? There's no way they don't have a better play than punch the active. Okay. I was like, that would be kind of miserable if that was their play. I guess I could not put Pidgeot back in play yet. To like take away the Pika's options for an actual knockout, like a real play. Oh, but I guess if I'm going to put Fez in play anyways, I may as well just reset up the Pidgeot, to be honest. Sure. So just draw with Fez first and see what we get. So if my local meta has almost no Guardy, do you think Straight Pult is better? Probably. You can KO the Pika if you want. I don't really want to, though. I don't really want to take a knockout. I'd rather just leave them bench locked. I don't actually want to take a knockout this turn. I just kind of want to punch. So if I super rotted right now, it would just be... Oh, wait, no. What the fuck? Is the Pidgeot line just in the deck? Am I trolling? I forgot oh, no, it's not. Oh, so I just don't have it. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're still in a fine spot, obviously, but... I don't even want to play this, do I? I think I'm just going to swing. Yeah. If the win condition is Greninja, Dusclops, knockout, I have Jamming Tower. I'm just going to go back, I have Energy. I could super out the Greninja pieces back to the deck and use Grand Tree, but Grand Tree could get bumped. So that might not stick around. I'm just going to take an Ultra Ball. If I get a Candy, that could become Candy Pidgeot as well, or something like that. Seems, yeah, seems fine. You can take 4 now. I kind of just didn't want to. I guess I could have. Yeah, I could have just drawn 4 prize cards. Sure. Maybe I should have. You appreciate the raid there, Swoosh. Hope you had a good stream. Also, actually, I know they play an Iono, so I definitely don't want to do that. Because we just played against them last game and they Iono'd us. So I don't want to draw prize cards. Now that they're down Penny and Turo, I definitely don't want to draw prize cards. Second Turo. Nah, there's no shot. Wait. That was an Earthen Vessel. I thought that was a Pokegear when you saw one. Do they have Mountain? No, probably not. Oh yeah, Ultra Ball here also lets me get back Fez as well, right? Yeah. Well, actually, no, if they Gus KO Fez, I just win. They can't do that. Well, they don't know they can't do that, but... Could have taken 2 with sniping the 2 single prizes and then 1 next turn. I don't really want to give them like Fez. I don't want to give them bench space for like Fez to draw cards and stuff like that. I think just keeping a bench like this makes more sense. I don't know. Which moment made you realize you could be a pro player? When what's it called? I started doing coaching and realized I could like make a living doing coaching. Or like not make a living quite yet, but like make enough money playing Pokemon to like sustain myself. So I was like, all right, sure, I'll try it. Try to do Pokemon full time. Wait, actually, what the fuck? Wait, oh, they didn't play the penny yet. Dude, I swear they played this penny. Oh, gosh darn it. They just put it in their hand. Oh, wait, do I lose? Dude, I thought they played the penny. I swear they played the penny. I guess I mean, they didn't, obviously, but... And they got the stadium replacement. What do you get the idea of a 101 Charizard EX line in Terra Box for the Guardian matchup? No, that's terrible. You give a shout out to my friend Daniel. He loves your streams and Greninja. Shout out to Daniel, the Greninja enjoyer. As into Candy Trust. Well, I just can't win this turn anymore. Which is the thing I'm concerned with. Just not being able to win this turn. Yeah, we can like try and find Iono to 1 or something. I can't really even Iono to 1. That's fine though. We'll make it work. Figure it out. Uh-huh. I guess if I just drawn 4 prize cards there, I could have just won this turn. But then like the Iono, well, but then finding Iono plus Golden Go knockout was like so unlikely though, right? Maybe I should have just drawn 4 prize cards last turn. I guess I kind of trolled maybe a little bit. Did a wee bit of trolling. You know what it is. You know what it is. Iono's in there. We need like a lot here though. Oh yeah. Am I going too far with this thinning out of the deck? If you drew 4 prize cards, they would penny anyways and you couldn't win this turn? No, I could because I go pop Dusknoir plus attack and I would win. In fact, you're wrong. Maybe I should have kept the PAL pad to be honest. I might need a backup Greninja here. Oh boy. I think you just win here. That'd be crazy, because I don't think that's possible. But we're gonna try our darndest. I might want the boss, yeah. Evolve. Do I attach this energy? No, right? I just go Jamming Tower, Iono. And then I need to just go
I discarded it. Let's go. Insane comeback, folks. It's about to be crazy. Or then I can move or pop everything. So I actually think I should attach here to make this thing mobile as well. Burning this seems fine. Getting Badu here does not seem worth it. Yeah, because if I bench the Froakie, then I could just go boss Froakie pass and like buy time. I don't want to give him like that time buy. Why not Iono to 1? Because I don't want to draw a prize card. I want to give him Fez draw. Although I guess I would KO a Golden Go though. No, maybe I should have just KO'd their Golden Go, right? Iono them to 1 plus KO the Golden Go. Removes the Golden Go play draw from play. Yeah, and they also need another energy then. Yeah, I should have just popped Nor on active and then yeah. And then yeah. Oh, that was a misplay. Yeah, true. Yeah, I should have gone pop Dusknoir on the active Shinobi Blade, not play for the Shinobi Blade KO. In my head, I was like, I don't want to do that because I don't want to give them Fez draw, but they don't have Fez in play anyways. And even if they, yeah, well, if they had Fez in play, it'd probably be different net, but oh my gosh, they're drawing the nuts. Yeah, the Fez, me playing around Fez, I'm just like a tunnel vision on playing around Fez, to be honest. I definitely should have just KO'd the active for sure. They would need an energy to attack with a Golden Go, on top of also minus at least 1 card from a Golden Go leaving play, but maybe minus 2 cards. So that's like not exactly the same thing as Fez draw, but it's, you know, it's getting close to it. So, but definitely a mistake. Okay, that's fine. I hope they specifically ate KO Dusknoir. We can still win if they KO the Dusknoir though. Yeah, I just kind of tunnel visioned on the Fez. We'll see if they get there though. And I can just boss KO Nor and buy some time. Also true, yeah. They can KO the Nor for less. Nor for less. They still have 1 more draw. Coin Bingus. Ooh. Double superior game. Close enough. Yeah, okay. Good show. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 though? Before I freak out here, let me see if this was reasonable. This is absurd. What the f... I'm actually not sure how good Hilda is. Colress Tenacity seems really good, but I'm actually... Well, Hilda's about to be broken next turn, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure how good this card is. Oh, wait. That thing is sick. I don't really need to play this one yet. That seems fine. I'm not sure what else I want, to be honest. Oh, my play next turn is about to be disgusting though. What the heck? Did you see the Pure Thorns top 16 deck? I did. It makes me want to play Thorns, to be honest. Makes me want to try Thorns, I should say, not play Thorns. Well, I mean that would involve playing Thorns. Makes me want to try Thorns. Oh, that's actually hella rude. Huh. Any Pidgeot. Wait, that's actually really annoying. I do this, I get Pidgeot plus water. do this. Maybe this is better, actually. I'm just gonna Cleffa this turn now, though. I'm gonna do something like this instead. Hold up. It's like, yeah. This is fine. It's fine. Hold up. Grand Tree is in here. Okay, cool. I don't. Well, yeah, giving them Grand Tree is a little bit weird as well, anyways, right? I'm just gonna put a water energy on a Froakie, and then we're gonna try bouncing. No, I'm gonna Cleffa for 7. Holy shit, 7 cards. That's insane. All right, Pidgeot. Could have Clops. Could have popped Clops and then wiped Manders. Dude, how? What do you guys think this deck does? What the heck? That literally was not possible. Wait, was it possible? Am I trolling? You say I'm gonna try bouncing with a straight face? No. Alright, this is actually kind of annoying. They got rid of my mobility again. But they're obviously dead drawings, so I can't move my active here. I could just retreat again. Retreating again is kind of cringe, though. I could just retreat and Cleffa again. Throw the EXP share here. Like, evolve this one. I'm always evolving this one. If I take a knockout, they could have... Like, their out to draw power could be Fez. So I think I just chill once again, to be honest. I just go, like... Search, water energy... Greninja active and Dusknoir bench Mander. Oh shoot, could I have done that? Was I just troll? Because I could have on Colress. I could have done that. I could have done that actually. Grand Tree. Wait, could I have done that? Grand Tree water. Yeah, I could have done that. I could have done that, right? That might have been a better play, to be honest. Well, I'm already locked in on this. I think you're right though. I think that was better. You know what? You're right this time. But you got lucky. You got lucky. We could just like fully avoid ever giving them Grand Tree, to be honest. I don't giving them trees ever correct though. Well, if I give them tree, but they have 0 Charmanders in play, I think it's fine, to be honest. Yeah, I actually don't even see a reason to play the Colress. You give them Pidgeot? They have Pidgeot with no Charmanders in play. Like, I'm not scared. I'll be fine. We're chilling. Yeah, I don't think I care. If that's the outcome, I don't think I care, to be honest. Giving them Pidgeot when I don't fully wipe their Manders is like, that's different, you know what I'm saying? That's a different thing. But what are they gonna quick search for a Buddy Poffin for 2 Charmanders and I just KO 2 Charmanders? Like, we're cooking. Okay. So now this turn, I can KO both Charmanders and then have both Frogs ready to KO more Charmanders. Okay. Like, if I put Ignition here, they could counter catcher this and then bench Charmanders, then I wouldn't be able to snipe again. So I want to be able to snipe back-to-back turns, I'm pretty sure. So it wants to be like... Night Stretcher for water. Search for an evolution. Arven for Ultra Ball. I should have sequenced this differently, but it's fine.
Fez? No, because if I put Fez in play, they can do the play. I'm trying to stop them from being able to stop me from being able to retreat my Pokemon. Oh, I guess honestly, getting Duskull back would actually be kind of nice. I guess I didn't really have a way to do that, but maybe next turn, who knows? But see, now they can't play around. I think I'm not guaranteed Shinobi Blade, but I'm pretty much guaranteed the Shinobi Blade. But if I had Shinobi Bladed this turn and KO double Charmander, all they have to do is counter catcher up my benched Frog and then bench Charmanders, and I want to be able to Shinobi Blade again next turn. So I want to be able to like back-to-back Shinobi Blades. Or I want to be able to KO Charmanders this turn and Shinobi Blade next turn is what I want to say. Is what I mean to say. But the previous turn, honestly, you're right. I should have done the more aggressive play on the previous turn probably. But quick search for Hilda guarantees Blade, right? Oh, true. That would guarantee it. We do have the guaranteed out, yeah. The spread attack is Mirage Barrage, FYI. No, I actually changed them. The fix is coming on the way now. We're about to get a patch on PDCG Live to change it from Shinobi Blade to Mirage. Or Mirage Barrage to Shinobi Blade. It's just all Shinobi Blades all the way down. Did they draw that bad? Wait, no, they got the guys. But it doesn't matter that... Oh. Third guy. But I can boss KO the Fez next turn to win anyways, so it's fine. Or actually, I could go boss KO Fez plus a Charmander this turn. And then they would have to evolve all of their Charmanders and Pidgeys out of play, out of range. So I'd probably just do that and go down to a single prize card here. I can even get Duskull on my bench, so I have that as a possibility as well. Or does it ever make sense to KO a Pidgey instead of a Charmander at that point? I'm drawing 3 prize cards. The question is, what do I KO? So adding a Devo to the list. Doesn't seem great. It doesn't sound terrible, but it doesn't seem great. Back the Dusk line. Then double Pidge KO the strat. No, because then they can go Iono Candy Charizard knockout. And then I don't guarantee. Well, actually, I probably guaranteed win next turn anyways. No, but they could like Turo. Is there actually a combination of cards that they could ever have? Turo. If I KO both Pidgeys, they go Turo, Fez, Candy Charizard. Counter catcher Pidgeot? Oh, that would be it. They could counter catcher KO my Pidgeot. Yeah. Yeah, they could go Candy Charizard, counter catcher Pidgeot, and then I have less outs. So I should bench the Fez as well. No, in this situation, it's always better to just draw more prize cards. I think I'm gonna KO the Pidgey here. I think triple, like KOing one Charmander here just seems. I'm just gonna remove the energy from play. Ladder's been insufferable today with everyone playing the new Guardy list. What do you mean? Just play Charizard then. Destroy them. Obliterate them. Embarrass them. Zoroark instead of Pidgeot? No. Guardy, just play Thorns? Yo, actually, that is like the meme to play would be to play Quad Thorns for sure. That's awesome. Guardy, just play Ancient Box? True. Or Zoroark? Zoroark's Guardian matchup is a little bit more iffy for sure. That's what this person thought. Now they're getting cooked by the Ninja deck. True, true. Counter argument, just try bouncy. Just try bouncy. That I get from you. Not my bird, bro. See, this is the play that we're gonna go for. The counter catcher KO. They can't get both Charmanders at a range, so. It's always a dub. I think Colress for Town Store, Sparkling Crystal plus Ignition is way better with a thicker Evil line of Frogs and Dusks. I don't know, the Grand Tree's kind of nice, but I don't hate that, to be honest. The Grand Tree is kind of nice, though. But yeah, Crystal plus Ignition is kind of cool as well. Definitely something worth experimenting with, for sure. Deck is real or not? It's fine. It's fine.